folks? CJ here. So, I was on the train today and saw that the Disney Fox deal went down, right? So, like last night, they were saying that the deal was coming up and stuff, and it was actually happening. And I was like, oh shit, this is actually happening. This is real. So, the deal is done. It's happening. Basically, Disney is going to take over some of the TV and movie stuff from Fox and such, which means for a lot of us, we're getting X-Men and Fantastic Four rights to the MCU. Which, to be quite honest, you just saw this coming because on one hand, Marvel on the comic side, they were pushing the X-Men really hard lately and stuff, especially when it came to the comics and stuff. They were kind of like doing a lot of pushing of the Inhumans more than the X-Men and stuff for a while, but then they started pivoting and such. It's not to say that they're ditching the Inhumans, but they've been basically kind of pushing the X-Men lately. X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue, and then we're getting X-Men Red with Jean Grey and all that stuff. But that's besides the point. So this deal happened today, and a lot of speculation of what they had. Now, if I'm going to be real about what could possibly happen, I can tell you a couple things that's going to happen. One, you're not going to get the X-Men in the MCU anytime soon. What you're going to see is Disney's going to let Fox play out with the rest of these X-Men movies. That means the Gambit movie is going to end up happening. Deadpool 2 is going to go on as normal. X-Men Dark Phoenix, probably parts 1 and 2 is going to go on as usual. We'll see if they actually get a part 2. And anything else that they have that's already written and going down the pipeline, they're going to play out. So odds are you're not going to see the X-Men in the MCU for about another 5 years or so, 5+ years if anything. They're going to sit on that property for a minute. So yeah, you're going to be waiting a minute and stuff. I would say probably the only character that can probably fold into the MCU proper would be Deadpool, because Deadpool has always, at least from the first movie, is established itself as being very separate from the other X-Men movies. So you're not going to sit there and you'll probably see him get folded easily into that. In fact, if you look at the first Deadpool movie, it looked like something that could easily fit into the MCU. I mean, hell, they fought on an abandoned helicarrier at the end of Deadpool. So there's a possibility that could happen. So you're not going to see the X-Men anytime soon in the MCU. There's a lot of stuff you have to do with that, and it'd be dumb to try to kind of like push that. I know a lot of people are like, well, Feige can, interfere in Dark Phoenix. That movie is already done. They're already so far into it. There's no point of even trying to interfere with that. So don't expect the X-Men to pop up at the end of Avengers 4 or Infinity War and all that stuff. So that's whatever. The real meat of why this deal is helpful is that we get the Fantastic Four. Now, there is a bit of a hiccup with that, which I don't think is really a hiccup per se, given how I know how it's going to play out. But for those that don't know, the Fantastic Four rights were kind of distributed by Constantine Films and Fox. Initially, it was by Constantine Films back when Marvel was trying to get money for getting their movies out so they can not be bankrupt. So Constantine Films actually had the distribution rights to the movie and such, which is why we got the Roger Corman Fantastic Four, so they could retain it. Eventually down the line, Constantine Films, they ended up making a deal with Fox where they were basically co-owners of the Fantastic Four rights. So basically since then, Constantine Films did both the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies, and later on they helped produce the Fantastic Four movie that came out some years ago and stuff, which sucked. So they had that, and they had that deal. Now odds are Disney's gonna swoop in, throw some money at Constantine Films to get those rights, and that's it. So at least on that end, that's done. Don't have to worry about it. Now, here's where you have to kind of like really examine these things and such. Now, a lot of folks see this Fox Disney deal as some sort of like corporate monopoly. It's not. If you know the textbook definition for monopoly, there are 5 major studios in Hollywood. Disney buying Fox still makes it to where there's 5 major studios and such. So it's not necessarily a monopoly. You can probably say a corporate I guess, merger, so to speak, but it's not a monopoly. I mean, the thing of it is, at the end of the day, we can have trepidations all day about what this thing could actually mean in terms of, oh, they're going to take over everything, they're going to do this, but you kind of forget the fact that Disney has bought other studios before and has always let other studios do whatever they want to do. Back in the day, Miramax was under the Disney banner and stuff. Miramax, the same Miramax that let Quentin Tarantino do all his movies and such. So we had Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, Pulp Fiction. All these R-rated movies that you know and love under Miramax was also under Disney as well. So we can't sit there and presume. It'd be dumb to presume that somehow Fox being under Disney means we're not going to get any R-rated movies. To which I have to go back here. I literally had somebody sit there and say that, we would never have gotten Logan and Deadpool under Disney. I have to stop you there, because we would have gotten that same Deadpool movie under Disney. It would have been PG-13, but we would have got the same movie. Folks forget, the only reason why Deadpool was R-rated was because of that pegging scene. Sure, there was violence, but you can still tone down the violence and get the point across about Deadpool in those scenes and stuff. The violence wasn't what sold it and stuff. You would have saw Deadpool stabbing people and stuff. You might not have seen a bunch of blood spill out, but you would have saw some stabbing, and you would have seen all that stuff. You probably would have gotten a variation of Logan in Disney movies as well. But let's be real about that too. I gotta be real about this. I think everybody is fucking overhyping the hell about Logan being R-rated. I think it's just bullshit. It's nothing but bullshit to me. You're gonna sit there and tell me that Logan being R-rated is just so hardcore. No, the fuck it's not. We saw, he stabbed somebody in the arm. Oh man, he decapitated someone. Okay, he cut off an arm. He cut off a leg. I mean, okay. That's why I'm saying the myth of these movies have to be R-rated is ridiculous. The idea that somehow Disney is somehow going to kidify these properties is ridiculous in and of itself. If you really think about it, this is the same Disney that has let Marvel do whatever the hell they want. We're getting The Punisher Season 2. We got all these Netflix series. We got the Hulu movie. And I know most people are going to sit there and make the argument, well, it's Netflix. It doesn't matter. Disney has been letting Marvel kind of just do what they have to do, and that's just what it is. So what I'm saying is, folks need to really kind of chill out. I get, hey, corporations, they're evil, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And even Dia said that, and it's like, I get it. But at the same time, Disney is a company that knows, hey, we got to make money. And they're not going to sit there and shoot themselves in the foot and not take advantage of this Fox deal. So it's a lot to unpack in all this, and we can speculate all day. I'm doing my best not to speculate, but in stuff, like I said, I feel more than anything with this deal, you're going to see the Fantastic Four characters pop up in the MCU. The X-Men will come down the road. You might see Deadpool get folded in a little bit, possibly. We have to see how that goes and such. But yeah, it's just a lot to unpack right now, and just all the naysayers thinking that it's going to kiddify, Disney's going to kiddify all the X-Men and stuff. They're not. They know they got. Put it this way, Disney didn't get to where they were by doing dumb stuff. Now, sure, you can make the case for some of the dumb stuff they did, whether it's the sequels to movies that didn't need sequels and stuff, cash grabs or whatever. But at the end of the day, they've been allowing Lucasfilms to make films. Those shits made billions of dollars. Force Awakens made I think $2 billion. Rogue One made $1 billion. Last Jedi is coming out, and it's apparently this weekend it's going to probably make half a billion in opening $500 million worldwide opening weekend. So you might as well say chalk it up another $1 billion franchise. So I say all that to say, you can't presume the worst. It's dumb. So, but also too, implications of this deal. If you're a gamer, there's a possibility that you might get the X-Men in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite now. Now the thing of it is, when you didn't get them before, it was mainly because one, Marvel was kind of pushing the MCU characters and stuff, which I understand, because hey, I play the Marvel games and stuff, and I feel a lot of people use a lot of X-Men characters and didn't give two shits about any other characters and stuff. So I was fine with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's roster and stuff. But this does bolster the roster a bit. That's provided if Capcom and Marvel get another agreement and stuff, and we get the X-Men in these games and such. Possibility it will happen and stuff like that, so we'll see how that goes. But there is so many possibilities on what it is. And like, Blackwing was telling me, this means we're going to get probably Fantastic Four comics, which apparently Fantastic Four is coming back, in the comic world. And this has been kind of stuff that they've been maneuvering for quite a while in the comics. Because like I said earlier at the start of this and stuff, you've noticed that Marvel has been pushing the X-Men characters a lot lately and stuff, and less on the Inhumans. You notice that the Fantastic Four with Ben Grimm and the Human Torch and stuff, they've been doing a lot of preludes to the Fantastic Four. They're coming and stuff. And like I said, with the Ultimates, Al Ewing's Ultimates ending and stuff, which the Ultimates kind of took the baton from the Fantastic Four in terms of being fantastical. So there's a possibility they could be coming back on that end. So like I said, this whole deal, there's a lot to unpack, but like I said, X-Men and Fantastic Four are home, but if just as an advisement to people and stuff, the worst thing you can do is just speculate. But like I said, just a summation all up, you're not going to see the X-Men in the MCU anytime soon. Like I said, give them about 5 years or so before you see anything X-Men. Because like I said, when it comes to the X-Men, to put them in the MCU, you have to reboot everything. You have to start from the ground up and go from there. Because two things, I speculated that if you wanted to put them in the MCU now, you can. I remember one origin in particular in the Ultimate Universe where you found out that the X-Men, the mutants, were basically man-made. And that was kind of a revelation that Magneto found out at the end of Ultimatum and stuff. It's kind of like a weird thing to do, because even though on the surface I like that idea, I don't necessarily think it will really go over well in the MCU. So I think to really do the X-Men proper in the MCU, they're going to have to retool that whole franchise and stuff. And look, just to be real about this and stuff, the X-Men franchise desperately needs to be retooled, because as much as I felt that Days of Future Past, I felt that it was a retooling of the franchise, X-Men Apocalypse just set it back even more. Days of Future Past righted the ship, but Apocalypse just took it off rails. And now we're getting Dark Phoenix again. New franchise, we still getting Dark Phoenix. We can't do anything else new. So, but like I said, there's a lot to unpack in this deal. But yeah, man, welcome home, X-Men, Fantastic Four. Yeah, see you later.